Oh baby, it is time for another Megatational race. I've got Clear Mouse here. How you doing, Clear Mouse?
Doing well, Dancy. Do we need the Dancy stream unmuted, or no?
We might need something unmuted. We'll figure something out.
Okay, all right, sounds good. But we're here. I'm pretty excited. We're off. This is Dunka's Megatational tournament. I believe you can type in exclamation mode in chat, and it'll tell you the exact mode that we're going for. The technical name is Champions Swordless, but in this case, it is the best mode, the scholarly mode. And for some reason, the creators of this, and you can ask Zelga for confirmation, they somehow, for some reason, added MC Shuffle to this. And the other last thing about this mode is that there is one bow in the pool, but it is bow and silvers. So
thank God.
Happens to be on fast ROM, so you know we didn't actually have like the kind of the same lag issues that we had during the regular season of this mode, and now everyone. However, especially for Zelga, know that you are allowed to switch from silver arrows to regular arrows, especially for Laymolas. Okay, Werfjig, I'm pretty sure already knows that, but I just
I mean sometimes you just got to use bow. We've already seen there at the Lost Woods mushroom spot the most inappropriate part of this, the compass laying outside of its own dungeon. That should not be the case, but it is unfortunately MC Shuffle, like we were saying. But Werfjig kind of doing an interesting opening route here, going to go buy some bombs as we see a book from Zelga in the Lost Woods drop down spot. I wonder if Werf's gonna do just kind of open with South Shore potentially.
Yeah, that's very well could be, right. We ended up getting some very nice early money, and Zelka's also definitely capitalizing on this. Oh, no pun intended. And so, but looks like, we're gonna stick out with the initial Kakariko. We did get a book. I don't know, it looks like Zelka is not interested in checking out the pedestal, but in this case, maybe we'll end up being able to make it a separate trip over.
There's an argument for it if you get it beforehand, but after you've already checked the mushroom spot, now it's kind of like, I'll get it later. But you're playing a really tough opponent in Werfjig, and back at Zelga too, so you don't want to waste time if you don't have to.
That is 100% true. And right, in talking about wasting time, this is actually maybe potentially one of the few events where the actual time net difference between the two racers actually will matter in this case for tiebreakers. So typically speaking, nice sword?
Yeah.
Okay, that's
I'm
right.
about
Normally,
it.
Oh, that's right. Normally when you see green 20s, not necessarily on ladder, when you see them, it's usually like the boots replacement or something, right? For casual boots or like an armor replacement. Yeah, this one. Well, if you are coping already, that is our first sword that these guys are not going to be able to get. However, we're here only for fun, okay? And in fact, okay, so I did get this clarification from Zelga earlier. He is so he is one of the co-founders, actually the main instigator of Champion Swordless. In fact, I think he was the one who initiated the idea, and then the other people, I think like Tam and Kuba, kind of just signed off on it, and then kind of expanded on it. He did choose this mode in the earlier run of brackets, like last round. He did not pick this Champion Swordless this mode. However, somebody else chose it, and here we are. So Zelga, I'm sure, is just
he's
happily
thrilled.
Oh yeah, happy as a Mario. That's right, in the Mushroom Kingdom.
Oh, a flute. So Werfjig actually gonna get a good payoff here, and a fire rod.
And a fire rod. Wow.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, when he gets his book, he could just go straight to desert. The glove's just there, and we could just have faith.
Yes.
Just have faith.
Yeah, actually, that's actually very true. I mean, we got Agina, right, as a backup as well.
Yeah, for sure. Zelga actually jumping back down the well to, I totally forgot that he did not do the top there. But does have bombs now, so kind of nice.
Yeah, you're always not going to be sad for any type of ammunition in this particular case, because normally you would just kind of try and make do with whatever you have in terms of consumables until you get their first sword. That ain't happening so far. Of course, we are going to look for, in this case, what the probably, I think, the only permanent melee weapon we have, which was a hammer.
We do want a hammer. The silvers also would be good. Okay, so Zelga not doing library nor race game. What's
Very
going to be good
interesting.
for him, and he don't even know it yet, is that he's going to get a flute down here, and that's going to kind of give him another reason.
Yeah.
To head back up there. So he's not going to orphan that too long if it's progression.
Oh yeah, that's actually a very good point, and this is actually maybe one of the benefits. I don't actually know how important scouting the race game is. We definitely know that we can't get library, and maybe if there's some little bit of hope going on that maybe you'll find in the finding the boots and combine that all together. We are getting a lot of interesting maps though. We got map to looks like Skullwoods, and then also just like for desert. Of course, this is just regular 7-7, so we do actually. Well, I don't know if Zelga or Warpchick are actually gonna do a real map check for any of this stuff, but it is information there for us. Maybe Warpchick is willing to do a quick map check before he heads over to desert. Maybe he wants to try and do. Man, would you do Ice Rock Cave in this situation?
I think. I mean, I don't know. With the flute, Ice Rod Cave feels fine. If I'm Warpchick, but I don't know how I feel about it in Zelga's shoes here. I guess it's kind of the same deal, but he's gonna, potentially on his mind think I'm doing a double dip of Kakariko. But, it doesn't always pan out that way, but nice double bomb strat there from Zelga. Gonna save a little bit of time with some favorable RNG, and
oh my gosh, dude, he makes that cave look so easy. Warpchick, I think, did as well. I mean, and we've seen a lot of cases where the mini Moldorms, like, they'll take, 10 plus bombs at times in order to be able to disperse them, and yeah, you're always real happy to be able to see something like that. Zelga, of course, being very, he was the SGL Online 2022 champion, I believe, and that was open spoiler. I mean, obviously, he knows what to do with basically next to no equipment, right? Especially for that cave.
Right. All right, so flute activation here for Warpchick, and I guess we're gonna see the same thing here from Zelga, but we'll get that peak that I so desperately want to see at Library and Race Game. We both are pretty good money-wise as well, so if they want to do Zora, granted it's not in logic yet, but granted if they want to, it's kind of like, it's not a worry on your mind, I guess.
Yeah, I don't think Zelga's gonna probably go pick that up, because we did see the tree pulls did yield him basically 80 rupees at a time. And I mean, maybe Zelga just had a bit more opportunity, I guess, to farm out a little bit extra money, but, at the same time, I think it looks like, Warpchick and Zelga are kind of conscious, right? I mean, yes, they don't have a glove, yes, they don't have flippers, but, we're gonna get at least one of them to put Zora in logic, so
yeah,
it's really very apt. Warpchick, but he's spending part of his fortune though buying up more buffs. I think he actually only had like 5 or 6 or something. I mean, but if this is your only weapon, fire rod aside, because we only have like 2 shots or something, I think it's actually very worth in order to go top off your bombs.
Oh, for sure, and both of them have flute activation. Zelga actually going to be probably a little bit ahead here, all things considered. Probably due to the time investment of buying the bombs, like Werf did, kind of out of the way. But here we go to Ice Rod Cave, and we will see what awaits us in here. I mean, at this point, you don't have a whole lot left in logic. Better be careful, though, Zelga. Those crabs are kind of bad.
Yeah. Despite his red overalls, he does not have red mail. This is the regular green armor spite, so yeah, those things do 2 hearts of damage. I believe that many people, everyone has included. Oh my gosh. Okay, everything's fine. Yeah, everybody has basically incurred, some amount of death there, in Ice Rock Cave area, and it is incredibly painful. I mean, like, yes, they have a flute, but more often than not, when you take a hit like that, Ice Rock Cave might just be your last location in Light World.
Oh yeah, for sure. We've seen that a lot in races, but Warpchick gonna just tank a crab, and off we go to the mountain. We are gonna rescue the old man in the dark. Now, here's the thing, Zelga's got 5 bombs, and he's gonna get enough magic for 2 fire rod shots, similar to what Warpchick has now, because I forgot Zelga had not done Uncle. But that should be enough, in theory, for him to get through Front of Escape if he wants to combo this all together now.
Yeah, so one thing I did learn from the main tournament of 2021. You familiar with that tournament at all, Dante?
Yeah, kinda.
Okay, alright, well, okay, so what I learned, especially from maybe watching the finals, and of course all the other ones, It takes exactly 5 bombs in order to clear out the front of escape.
Okay, perfect.
If you are yes, if you are optimal and you don't end up wasting one. That being said, though, you absolutely bring up a great point that Fire Rod is very useful just as a as a backup. Also, it's good for speed as well. Despite that there's like birding animation involved, it's faster than whatever 1 to 2 bombs that you may have to end up placing.
Yeah. All right, so shield on top of Spec Rock. Nothing there. What's in the cave? Gonna be 3 bombs.
We found a by the way, apparently. We're excited.
Wait, what?
I mean, we have silvers already. And for sure, like, well, good thing I guess they only come with one thing because otherwise I don't know if I would have noticed.
All right, well, we gotta pay better attention. We're talking about bomb strats because we were so low percent, and suddenly the game's easy.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, silver arrows being the thing. I don't know if Warpjig will actually switch off from silver, especially when there is no more lag penalty and for using the silvers, right? We've definitely seen that, like, the sparkles basically slow down the entirety of the speed of the arrows. You maybe change the timing a bit, and now, yeah, I think Eastern Palace does not stand a chance. Oh, was that Green Pendant Mire? I think that's what I read.
Oh, we got a Ice Rod as well. So. I mean, I guess this means TR's a pendant, right? That's usually how this goes.
That's also my assumption. That is correct.
Okay. Perfect. You love to see it.
Now, I don't think we picked up the Eastern map, right? And so the only way, I guess, to figure out if it's a crystal or pendant at this point, other than to pick up the map inside the dungeon itself, then is we're gonna have to go beat Armos to figure that out.
All right, 3 bombs in Zelda Cell, so Zelga gonna actually take a death warp, gonna head back to Dark Cross, I believe. Meanwhile, 5 checks here inside of Eastern Palace awaiting Warpjig.
Right. Yeah, that's right. So since the map and compasses are shuffled, they every dungeon, yes, including Eastern Palace, is going to have an additional value of +2 items. So yeah, and so even if this is going to be a pendant, as you said, there are 5 checks basically in here, and of course we do have the big key, so Zelga doesn't have to worry about this place being dippable. You just have to go find the bow in this case.
Great pot knowledge there from Zelga as well, making sure to get a Fire Rod shot with that 1 magic decanter.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Because I mean, if this is the key, like he's probably going to use that to head to the back. It is not though. So I guess we're getting more magic. All right, yeah, that's what we're doing. Cape for Warpjig. So Aga? Is it Aga?
Yeah, I was
God.
just gonna ask you, Dante. So because it's swordless, we just need like the curtain's already pre-cut for us, right, in the back, and that was the only limiting factor of getting in, other than like a cape, in order to break the barrier.
Pretty much. We just need we need a way to hit the stuff back, obviously. So hammer or bug net has to show up logically. So mirror though, you love to see that. Warpjig giving us a nod. I think I do
appreciate, yes.
I mean, if you're Warpjig, I think not that Zelga should be feeling bad, but you're kind of on a route right now. Everything feels kind of good. We get Bombos as well, so that's kind of cool.
Dude, this Eastern Palace is like absolutely loaded. So we have all of the, like, every single thing that was trackable so far, right? So we had Big Key early, and then we got Cave, we got Mirror, we got Bombos.
Now Zelga is actually, I got the wrong emote up for the guy on the player cam here, because he's not gonna walk out. I think we should just find a way to pause it, like, because he's going in, like he is going in.
That is true. And actually, well, you can actually swap out the emote if you truly want to for an objectively better emote for Eastern Palace. However, maybe we should be a bit more sports-alike to Zelga. That is his namesake. Good luck charm.
Yeah, for sure. 10 arrows in Vanilla Big Key chest. There's that ice rod for Zelga, and Warpjig's gonna head to the back. Zelga gonna follow suit.
Yeah, and for the most part, like, he'll be, he'll be pretty happy basically getting the load out, and and again, you mentioned this earlier, like nobody, especially at this point, is like really behind. We're still searching for Dark World access. Warpjig chances are going to probably do something very similar, to Zelga. We don't have a glove, we don't have hammer, we don't have pearl, we don't have anything for Dark World, right? And and then front of escape right now for Warpjig is actually looking pretty good in terms of density.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely. He'll be able to do it pretty efficiently with, you know, the silvers as well as that
true.
mirror.
Yeah.
So, you know, the other thing to consider, man, you see this sometimes in Swordless, and it never feels good, but there is that opportunity for the next piece of progression to be in a non-clearable Hera, just because, like, you've got your fire source, but you've got no way to kill Moldorm. And, like, you never really want to see that, because, you know, if you're going up there the slow way again, and, you know, maybe you get your hammer in Tower of Hera, you don't want to hope for that in a way, because you also want to get, you know, to the right side of East Death Mountain, but compass to this dungeon, but that's all 6. So crystal number 1 for Werfjig.
Yeah, no, that's great. Thank you, Compass, for confirming that we do in fact have all of the items in this dungeon. Always nice to see. But yeah, I think you make some very good points. There are incompletable dungeons right now that we have. So Hera is one of them, and they literally just went up the mountain, right? But they had no mirror or hookshot, so they, you know, if you want to go back to Hera, you gotta, well, climb bootsless again. Yeah, Werfjig is going to the front of desert. If he finds bluff here, great. And, you know, that means, you know, as you might have predicted, we can't finish it. However, that being, like, we know that we cannot finish it like going in.
Right.
Yeah, so, which is not a great feeling. Actually, this could be boost lock too, right?
Oh, it definitely could. You don't want to see that. You do, but you don't.
That's also, yeah, that's true. I guess this is one of the consequences of not starting with boots.
All right, what do we have? Oh, is that Aga?
No. Dude! Oh my gosh! Oh, I missed Werfjig's reaction, but
he didn't really have one.
Right?
He's vibing. He's thinking. Maybe he's like, oh yeah, Bugnet means something in Swordless.
That's right.
It's not big, but it's something.
Well, maybe in this case, well, okay. So yes, it does put Aga in Latch. Okay, what are your feelings about Aga without the pearl, though?
Kind of bad.
Would you keep searching?
So honestly, if I'm in Werf's shoes, I kind of feel like now, especially playing Zelga, all right, I'm gonna just take my chances. I'm gonna head up to Hera and hope that I get an item up there. You know, I'll do the basement if the big key's there, and obviously because you have to, but. I'll do that. Okay, a bottle. I'm gonna flute to Sick Kid first.
Yeah. Oh, good. That's right.
But I'm thinking, you know, you check that, and then you just kind of roll the dice to do front of escape here. And if that doesn't work, I mean, I think you just kind of roll with the punches, and do Aga.
Yeah. Okay. That's actually a really good point. And right now, like, Werfjig actually. Maybe the fact that he put off the front of the castle for this long a time, you know, he will be able to save, you know, just a little bit of extra time over Zelga, so he doesn't have to do a separate trip into the front of escape. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And here I was thinking, I was like, well, what if you could just do Aga and then mirror, but you know, doing the front of escape first before Aga and making that commitment is probably a lot smarter.
Yeah, and he probably, you know, his mindset might be, I don't want to do Aga right now, so, he is headed to front of escape, so we'll see where Zelga's gonna go right after this. That's kind of gonna be, I think, very crucial. Zelga has some incentive, actually, to kind of maybe go to Hera in that, you know, kind of off chance to find a weapon as we get the first crystal on his side, because he did not check Spec Rock, or nor the inside of the cave, so that way he's got 2 guaranteed items available, plus
right, yeah,
plus whatever's in Hera, but well, he's got his flute out, so let's see where he's headed.
Okay, so how tempting would like the flippers checks be? You know, like, so understandably right now they are still out of logic, but you know, like, so we can still fake flipper over to like waterfall and like get Zora, look at the ledge, we can do hobo. It is kind of sort of dense-ish. I mean, you get 3 items if you fake flipper in. Oh no, but we don't have pearl, right?
Right, yeah. Okay. That kind of detracts from it with no pearl, and it kind of sucks, but you know, you could get hobo, you could get Zora, but that's kind of it. You've killed Armos, so unless, you know, you want to drown a bunch of bombs, you're kind of out of luck.
Okay, that's also a good point. Okay, and then right now, I guess, like, they're also kind of out of logic, so maybe, for now, maybe you could try and, you know, follow the breadcrumbs of potential Adja something. Well, I guess we'll see. Zelga just gonna pick up the ammunition, not gonna walk out. We're not checking Agina. So he's gonna miss out on the bottle, but we did see from Warfjig's side that
we are gonna check
we are
again.
almost yes, we are not going to walk out of desert. We are going to flute to 6 and do it the old-fashioned way. Yeah, slightly faster. Yeah, you mentioned this earlier, right? Because Warfish is coming to the front of escape with like a ton better equipment. So he's got the mirror. He's got even if he didn't pick up the magic drop from the enemies, he would have gotten full magic from Armo's kill. So I mean, he could have done whatever, right? Silver, fire rush shots. I mean, he has everything basically going for him. Okay, Dante, I know that you like swordless. I know that you can do stuff with boots. How do you feel about boots plus swordless? Do you want to see the boots? Do you not want to see the boots?
I always want to see the boots. I mean, granted, you're not going to get your fast, like, complete dash lines, but it just makes the game more enjoyable. So, yes, I want to see the boots.
Okay, all right, sounds good. And also, we did see that desert is boot slots, both from Zelga and Warfjig, and we do actually see at least Zelga had marked it as a crystal. I think I did see a capital P, or sorry, capital C in desert. So, yeah, definitely we're gonna need those boots today.
All right, so Zelga. Oh, we got a little bit of convergence here, and
interesting.
Yeah, so here we are, both climbing the mountain. Zelga's gonna have to make a little bit of a pit stop, check inside Spec Rock, unless he's very brazen and just says, you know what, it's dead to me. And if he did that, I'd be very surprised. So we'll see what we can come up with. How do you feel about that red shield there on Spec Rock right now?
Well, so I don't know how strong of ties Warfjig has to well, people who are absolutely horse shields like Flipeel, or any of those people over there. I think, but it looks like the Warfjig is actually going to completely also avoid the shield pickup.
He is. I mean, there's a little more incentive on fast ROM, I would say, but there's less detriment to it.
I was actually wondering about like blind. I mean, so because this is swordless, the script to kill blind more often than not involves a sword. Interesting. That being said, I don't know if you necessarily want like some extra protection if you're not comfortable doing. Yeah, sword. Ooh. All right, so that is our pearl. And Hera has, okay, I could watch Zelga's tracker to cheat. He has 4 items here, potentially. Okay, so are you gonna go all the way, basically, to the top?
Yeah. I mean, if you're doing the basement, if you are committing to getting this big key, then I think you have to go all the way. Mainly because it's guaranteed items the entire way up, So, like,
True.
if you get Pearl, like, the strat would be, like, all right, I get Pearl, I'm bailing. I'm gonna go do Aga, and you're just kind of cashing in on that. But you only have Pod at that point, so then you're literally placing all of your faith in Pod. It's not a great feeling, honestly.
Yeah, that's true. And right now, we did find our Pearl. However, that is the only thing we found. No hammer, no glove.
Yeah, something else.
Like,
I feel like something else is going to be here. I'm not sure if we're going to actually get our hammer, but I feel like we're going to get something. It may just be like a hook shot, something to take us further, or one glove, something to take us a little further into the Dark World via Aga. But yeah, I think we're going to get something in one of these upper chests.
I think that's a good point, right? Because you mentioned that really Pod is going to be the option because we can't really go elsewhere. Yeah, we got a hook shot and flippers that can take us to like North Dark World and East Dark World.
Yeah.
If we get a glove, obviously, then we're gonna we can go to Catfish.
We could.
We get a hammer. Yeah, we get a hammer. We can go down to Hype Cave. Yeah, we need something else, I think, in order to be able to open up.
All right, so the question now is, will Zelga make up some time? Will he go for the scary bomb jump with no sword buffer? Now, Warfjig has decided to not. So if this isn't anything, then it's Aga, like 100%. So, all right. Well, logically at least. Now, Zora could be something, but I don't know if I'd place my faith in that.
That is a really, really far check.
Yeah.
Like just for.
You gotta.
Just for Zora.
I mean, you've got a flute. There's reason to do it, but you've got a flute, but no boots. And are we? Oh no, Warfjig's stuck. He doesn't know.
Oh, okay. You mean like mentally stuck, as in he's trying to piece something together. Gotcha.
Yeah, they're both doing it.
Are they doing the same thing? Are we? maybe they're okay. So maybe
Chat.
they think that
Send
yeah,
help.
like the Aga's a very maybe I mean, like for what it's worth, if there is something that can basically circumvent the Aga play, which I'm not actually sure. Don't you need a lot here? Do you need
We
a glove
need a
and
lot.
a hammer, right?
We need a glove and a hammer. Yes, we do. So
Okay.
like I need Worf. I'm rooting for him here. I think he doesn't know about the whole bug net thing. Like it's not clicking. The look on his face is one that I have had in the past. So.
Oh no! Oh no! Well, okay, so I guess like meanwhile on Zelga's side, so we did sequence breakout waterfall fair. What you mentioned, you know, with the pearl in hand or whatever in possession, we can water walk and man. Well, okay, so if Zora has like a hook shot, I guess we can explore a little bit more of East Death Mountain.
We could. I mean, it's not logical. That is the key. But if we do get it, like you said, it gives us a lot of checks.
Yeah, in this case, thankfully, they've kind of amassed their fortunes, you know, slowly but surely. But all of these out of logic checks is also nothing. And so I guess we're doing that.
I'm here for it.
Circumvent this.
I'm absolutely here for it. I just hope Worf figures this out. I hope it clicked. Or maybe I'm wrong and he was just trying to piece together, do I want to do these out of logic checks or do I need to do Aga?
Yeah, well, I mean, well, okay, I don't want to, you know, read necessarily like over-index on his expression but it does kind of still look puzzled. Maybe he is trying to, you know, like piece together some things. But the good news is though, because Zora is such a like hefty time commitment, he has thinking time. You know, he's still doing something that he probably will eventually be doing eventually, right?
The downside here for him is that now he is going to have exactly $2. So.
Oh, right, yeah.
Now, granted, the free poll is 80, so he should be fine. He could get some pre-castle trip, and then also post Aga. But I'm hoping. All right, come on, Flute 4. You want it to happen?
Yeah. Well, I was actually wondering, like,
he just realized it.
Okay.
He just realized it.
Perfect. Perfect. The sigh, the look of relief, or the light bulb of illumination. Well, or maybe despair. I don't know. But this is actually going to be quite the treat, in my opinion, because and it's not often I think you get to go see an Aga seed, especially with only the bug nets to kill Aga with.
Yeah, it's definitely. I remember this came up in league playoffs in the Open League a couple seasons ago, and people were very mad that the logical trackers did not, or Dunkas at the time, did not.
You're right.
Indicate it.
I remember okay, I remember this.
This is a really good. I guess it's a really good lesson to not always be dependent on your tracker.
Oh yeah. But yes, you should in fact be thinking and trying to play the game yourself instead of maybe just going towards certain green squares or locations. It is certainly very, very helpful.
Very nice red guard room there from Zelga, minimizing a bit of that spear time by blocking it with a shield to make the door open a little faster.
So okay, so Dancy, for at least the bow just unlocked the Eastern Palace boss, right? As in, like, you could have just singled it, you could have dipped Eastern for all of the stuff, right? And we didn't necessarily have to find the bow. Like, there is no melee weapon, or there's no, like, physical weapon requirement, I guess, for Aga Tower. Like, I'm just trying to imagine, like, if they didn't have the bow, because they were just, like, melting and destroying everything in their path with silvers, but, like, would you have to do this basically on, like, fire rods or bombs? You
would. There's definitely a case. Yeah, there's yeah. I mean, there's a like, I guess, like an opportunity for that to happen. I mean, I've had it happen to me. It's very awkward, but.
Well, I guess good thing in this case that we do have silvers, and yeah, we're basically never switching off of silvers. So it looks like, yeah, Zelga's in the fights. Like, Bugnet is easier, correct, than Hammer to be able to use on Aga?
Yeah, it's even easier if you have boots, so you can, like, item dash or whatever. So, it's kind of a pick your poison. Anything is better than the Hammer for this, and by anything I mean Bugnet or dashing Bugnet.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I'm trying to think. So, like, well, we're not on Agatu quite yet because I mean, Zelga's certainly doing quite a good job. But like, what is a decent Agatu? Like, just one hit per cycle? Is that what like kind of the bar is?
You want to get 2. You want to still try to get 2. If you have boots. If you don't have boots, then good luck. Just whatever happens, happens.
Okay. You know what? Okay, so this is the good news. Again, is that assuming we do have to clear all 7 crystals. We do know that deserts is boost locked. So and we have the bug net, right? So it does seem like for Agatu, we should be able to item dash with the bug nets. That being said, they still have to remember that they have the that they have the boots. I mean, depending on where those boots are, it could be go mode boots. I hope not, but maybe they have to spend like hour and 15 playing without boots, and they just kind of forget about it.
Oh, definitely.
There's a lot of blue balls here, by the way.
It is. We're just chilling. We're hanging out. We're 30 minutes in to the Megatational.
Okay.
Steam Deck's on the line. Analog Pocket's on the line. You name it, it's on the line. Yeah. You might be able to convince Dunka to give you a brisket. You never know.
Some might consider that actually more worthwhile than like the experience, right, of having Dunka deliver and prepare a brisket for you. Could be greater than like the materialistic gift, right, of like a Steam Deck.
Yeah.
Some people are more about the experiences. Some people are more about the actual the actual electronic itself. So.
All right. Eventually, Werf is gonna get through these blue balls, but. For now, Zelka on his way. Now, Werf, I'm hoping, man, I hope he remembers. There's a tree pole literally right on the pyramid screen, so I really hope he remembers this.
Yeah. Actually, and you know what? Do you know that there's 20 rupees on the pyramid? He's gonna have exactly enough for pot money. It's gonna be great. He is going to be able to get all of the, all 110 rupees to be able to pay off.
Well, he's gonna be on. He'll be on tier 2 here, so I have no idea what the tier 2 pull is. But
good job, Werfjig. But he can always kill something, right? Like pull the tree, kill something, and then.
Yeah. Well, see, now the problem is, I think he's trying to pull the tree. Outside of Uncle, but he's killed Aga. So this isn't. I don't think this is gonna work.
Yeah. Oh no, Werfjig. Uh oh. So actually, does the mirror transitions don't they don't reset the the tree pulls, correct? It's just only a saving point.
Not the mirror transitions. No.
Okay.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't remember where the tree pulls are in Light World after Aga. So this will be fun and exciting. I'm gonna learn something here, maybe.
Yeah, that's true. I for sure in this case that they do change. I'm trying to remember actually what happens with the front Uncle one.
Where is he going?
Is he doing hula hoop?
This is not gonna work because you're gonna jump in the water. Oh wait, no, I'm never mind.
He has no flippers. Yeah.
He was just swimming. Give me a break.
It's been a very long boostless seed Light World so far. I mean, oh no, Werfjig. I don't remember how many he needs. He did 3. I don't actually know if there was something maybe offset with the camera.
I think if you do the version where you don't walk into the cave, you have to do 4. I could be wrong. He may not have walked up high enough. I think you have to walk to the tip top of that area. I usually I just to eat the time loss if I'm gonna do this, and I walk in the door.
All right, successful second try. Very nice for Werfjig, and yeah, it does seem like he is at least trying to get some money. Yep, that's it. He just wanted pot money. Oh, all right.
Yeah,
well,
I mean you've got nothing left to spend money on. We've both runners have done Sora, so. Zelga, meanwhile, has found a lot of keys. That seems to be the theme of this dungeon.
Yeah, and, despite the fact that, again, every dungeon has 2 additional items available to it, well, because, the maps and compasses are shuffled, still does not preclude a bunch of keys showing up here in the front. So we got Berna. That is pretty useful.
Nothing.
Well, okay. Yeah, right. Logically does not do anything more. Probably does a little bit reduced magic usage compared to the cave. Of course, we do not incur the lag that Berna had basically asked for before. Right. But still, cape is pretty nice.
All right, so the goods are going to be in the back. We got what 5 According to Zelga's tracker, 5 more items. He must have got something in the front that I did not see. All I saw was burn. So.
Yeah, and we're looking at the tracker. All the items. Oh, we got the boots. How nice.
It's time to play the game. We can actually do 1 whole check with that. 2, I guess, if we do lumberjack.
So that would be Bonkroft. I guess we can get the key to desert. Maybe there'll be a glove in there.
That's gonna be a trash tier seed if we gotta do freaking boots. Okay, sure.
It's possible, but at least, hey, you know, like, we did, in fact, get to the boots. Let's see. If we can somehow finagle our way into a glove, because we are still apparently hammerless, I guess we can do... Man, can we do, King's 2? How much do we need? Okay.
we can't get over there yet. Like, we still...
Oh, yeah, you're right. We can't even... You're right. We only have the pyramid entry.
Bro, these boots are gonna lead us to something. Oh, dude.
That's the... Okay, so you're correct. We have Bonkroft. Let's go check Bonkroft. That's a nice quick check.
I mean, both of these are quick checks, and granted, it's got to have something. I mean, you've got a fair look. If you're worth, all right, listen, hear me out. If you're worth, chick,
I'm listening.
He can hover. He can hover like a madman. Do you bank that fairy in a bottle you got from Agina? Do you go to East Death Mountain?
Danty.
Do you try and blow the seed wide open?
Yeah. You know, and this could be, you know, the play to potentially pay off quite well for Workjig, just because, oh, well, there's our glove.
Okay.
Because, I mean, like, he might already feel kind of bad about doing, you know, like, hula-hanning, not being successful the first time, and then, you know, kind of not, you know, basically incurring some extra time loss.
Yeah. Well, let's see. Zelga got a glove, so that's gonna give us a desert clear for sure now. That can get us to back of escape. It'll get us.
Okay, that's 3 quick checks.
Catfish. I mean, that's a thing.
Great. Yes. I love to add on that additional logical check now.
The question is now, where will Zelga go? Obviously not back of escape.
Yeah, that's right. We are definitely running. Yeah, but you mentioned, like, the first one, right? A clearable crystal dungeon that is Desert Palace. I believe Zelga is all for it. And
that makes sense. There's still 3 items here.
Yeah, that's right. I was trying to think in this case, but yeah, I could just look at Zelga's tracker and it'll be accurate. Yeah, because we got the bug net, the logical Aga access, well, the way to defeat Aga, from the map chest here in Desert, and we have 3 more items to go. Which one of them is gonna be the small key on the torch, one of them is gonna be the big key somewhere in the rest of the dungeon that's not the big chest, and then we're gonna go get the boss.
Look at that bright yellow key.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I missed the orange ones already.
I know, yeah, and especially in this version, they actually change color the moment you pick it up, I guess, too. It turns back into like the orange color, which it would be nice if they're consistent, but it's all good. You know, it's a very, very small, like, you know, minor aesthetic thing. All right, we got a piece of heart. We got the big key. Which means we're gonna. So right, so the last 2 are definitely gonna be items. Hopefully, they're gonna be something worthwhile. By the way, Workjig did pick up the boots.
Yeah, he can dash too now. No reaction from him really as far as finding boots, but that's okay. It's been 40 long minutes without them.
Yeah. Alright, so, right, and we did see that, you know, Zelga getting the immediate value of Bonk Rocks, right, and that is certainly probably the next logical location that Workjig will go to. But I guess then with these gloves, maybe we'll see a little bit more divergence. I mean, I could certainly expect that Workjig will come to Desert, probably on the sooner side than later. However, that does not preclude him from going to other places. As you said, you know, East Death Mountain is certainly a more viable option for him than it is for Zelga. Do you think Zelga's gonna switch to regular arrows at any point during the siege?
I do not think Zelga will do that at all. He is a strong man who don't need no wooden arrows.
That's true. You know, we are kind of closing in on 2023, like the finale. Maybe, you know, he is due for an NMG run sometime early next year, right?
He'll
He
still
has
use
said
the
that.
silvers in Light World. I believe in him.
I believe that he is, of all people to be capable of it, I do believe that he is somebody who will do
All
so.
right.
Looks like Riftjig.
Is
Not gonna check Lumberjack quite yet.
yeah, diverging a little bit. I kind of like this. There's at least one item back here. No, there's only one item back here, I think. So, I still like it. It's either this or Lumberjack, for him in his eyes.
Okay. We know the small key is back here. Oh. Well then, the backup escape is hard required, and it is glove locked because we saw the small key in there. There was no way we were getting it without that glove. So
I mean, Zelga's
suddenly...
gonna get that. But what I like for Werfjig here is that now he's gonna be able to do desert the proper way from the back. Like he's gonna be able to just mirror and finish it out that way, instead of what Zelga had to do.
Yeah, that's true. Because, yeah, so Zelga... Okay, so they both had to incur the cost of going through Desert Front, just because they needed the map chest in order for a logical Aga defeat. And so... But, yeah, like, you saw that Zelga still painstakingly had to go through the front the second time. And, yeah, we're just gonna definitely save a bunch of time. Not only, of course, as you mentioned, backdooring through Desert, but also we're gonna get a peek at the Mire area, where Zelga's gonna have to... make a separate trip in basically just from he's gonna be kind of kicking himself for not doing the back but then what he did from Bonk Rocks to Lumberjack was extremely reasonable. It just happens to be in this case that the coin flip was not favored for him.
All right, at Big Dunka, are we doing Skull Woods? It's a pendant.
Oh, it's a pendant. There's
it's
even
tough.
the pedestal check at the end too, if you want to.
Yeah.
If you want more knowledge.
All right, so Zelga gonna probably play his outs here, thinking there is a chance my opponent got these mids, so I'm gonna take the peek at the Mire area, and I think it's a smart play. It's a small time investment for at minimum 3 items for him. He's gonna get that knowledge that Ether's required if he wants Green Pendant today, which I mean I don't think he does. Probably Ether, unless that's for TR, you know, you just never want to see it.
Yeah, that's definitely true. Yeah, so I was gonna ask you, like, so we have the myths. We have not been to East Death Mountain or Dark Death Mountain at all. Is that like? Oh, but we still can't get over there, right?
Yeah, we still can't. Like the only person, no offense to Zelga, the only person I think in this race right now who has a shot at getting over there is going to be Werfjig right now. Mainly, I mean, this could be the race. I doubt Zelga's gonna go for it as we see him heading to Village of Outcasts. You know, he says a hover once a year or so. So, yeah, he could have just went for it, and maybe this was the day.
Yeah, very, very, very possible. Yeah, and you're talking about actually Werfjig's hovering skills. So not only, of course, is he able to single player hover, he is also able to hover with 3 other people in one mind. That was extremely impressive to be able to witness.
It was a good time.
Yeah. Even more so, I think, live. You know, I think it's also, I mean, you can tell me differently, Dancy, but like, you know, it's kind of like one thing it feels like when you're hovering at home, right? Like on your own normal setup. When you're playing live, like either it's on the stage, either it's kind of like next to like a, you know, monitor with your buddies or whatever, like the setup's different. I don't know.
Yeah, the setup's it feels a little different. I mean, I agree with what the lane said. You know, initially we were playing one mine, like the 4 of us and Relkin as well. And it was just kind of like, all right, it's us. And then suddenly near the end, there's 30 people in the room watching us like hover Moldorm 2.
Yeah.
It's like, what is happening? Where did you people come from?
You guys are so focused on the gameplay itself. Yeah, I think there's even like a clip of it at the very end when I think all 4 of you guys were like cheering at the very end because you were getting the hover. So sick.
Well, Werfjig also correctly doing Landmo here by using silvers. No dip of Thieves Town from Zelka here. Just gonna head south.
Well, I guess we don't have hammer, which I guess makes, you know, maybe he does he even do 5-4?
He did not. He did not.
Okay.
I mean, it makes sense.
Okay.
It's very easy to get back to. You got flute, you got mids, so.
Okay. That's fair. We're digging up a storm here. maybe not a literal store, but we are certainly, you know, all these rupees are showing up for Zelga. I bet Worship would have loved to have them post-pod or post-aga.
I'm trying to figure out what Zelga is drawing here, and I can't really tell, but it looks great.
It's called modern art. Very abstract. We can ask Zelga what the intention of that of his masterpiece is.
Yeah, win or lose, that's what you want to hear. The moment you walk into like a post-race interview is like, what were you drawing when you were doing digging? What did you think of that seed?
Exactly. Oh yes, we are also seeing the lack of, well, oh no, we can't, actually not yet, Never. We have no hammer, so those pegs are gonna stay upright for at least for the time being. I was gonna think about, it's kind of, you know, sad in order to not be able to dash them, even though we do have boots.
I mean, Mario's the sprite. I mean, he could jump on top maybe, do a ground pound, like, you know, use his rear end to slam down into the pegs, just kind of knock him in the ground, but...
Does he need Yoshi though for that?
Nah, I mean, he could do whatever he puts his mind to. He's Mario.
That's true.
He goes on RPGs, he turns into an elephant, and you know, whatever else he wants to.
Oh yeah. Alright, looks like though, so Worfjig also not going to Skullwoods. We have also not gone into Thief's Town yet. Maybe Worfjig will decide to do that later. I mean, like, you know, we are doing kind of the vicinity of Village of Outcasts, you know, just because, you know, if you do find hammers here, you'll feel pretty silly about, you know, diving to Thieves Town basically before these checks. But yeah, it looks like Worfjig's gonna have a very similar notion to Zelda. Instead, we're not gonna dip the front four of these either. We'll probably come back, you know, and do it.
I'm gonna be honest, like, I don't know, Fire Rod. This doesn't always. It's not always the case, but like we haven't had anything Fire Rod lead to anything really. So like, maybe we have, but like I feel like there's something in Back of Skull Woods, man. Like I just, and it's not because this is Dunka's Megatational. You know, it's been a while since I've seen something in Back of Skull Woods, an appendant. So I think maybe it's about to happen.
Yeah, no, you actually do bring up a very excellent point, right? Like, and because so Hera was fire locked, or at least in order to get upstairs, and like we could have just used the lamp for that too, right? Because we got that super early. But yeah, fire rod locked stuff. Yeah, I don't actually know. We haven't actually seen anything.
All right, 5-item hype cave coming up.
Money.
3-item hype cave. Ooh, we got a
alright.
Pair of flippers.
Let's see. Worfjig, I think, did all of the flippers checks for us. Zelga does not have Hobo done, I believe, but the fact that he has flippers in the mirror is actually going to be a pretty quick check for him. We are going...
Are we doing... I guess we're looking at... I'm really surprised he's doing this. I guess it kind of makes sense. He can kind of end his route here. Oh wait, no, he's got to do purple chest
first. This does make sense.
I was about to say, bro, why are we looking? Why are we looking at Bombo's tablet? I'm not diving swamp. Like, screw that noise. I'd dive with this loadout. I'd do ice first before I did swamp. And
oh, okay, all right. That is I mean. Nothing really looks appealing for what it's worth. Hookless, hammerless swamp. We can't even do Specky in order to get in. We can't certainly finish Ice Palace because we have no hammer. Zelda is buying a potion. Is this the Ice Palace dip that you might be thinking about?
I'd be surprised. Okay, so like, cool if he does it, but okay. We're gonna go check King's Tomb. I'm gonna be surprised if he does Ice before Thieves. Like, I still feel like Thieves and Skull are something valuable. But like I said, like if I had to pick just between right now Swamp and Ice, I'm probably picking Ice.
Yeah, that's true. I guess in this case it's a nice Thief Sound Compass. Yeah, but, like this is in this case like you just found flippers in Hype Cave, and it's extremely painful to get to without the hammer, and so that's gonna be, and that's also kind of like your most recent item that unlocks like the next year for you. So I think it does make a lot of sense. That might be where Zelga's going, because we're going south.
Well, wow. He hasn't done Hobo. Oh my god. Okay, yeah, he's going Hobo. He juked me. He faked out the commentators. He went down. I'm like, what is he? He's going to Ice? Like he has a flute.
Oh yeah, you're absolutely right. Yeah. And we didn't want to go north in this case with no, yeah, we didn't have anything north for him to go to. And also I guess if you want to go north, there are those lousy pegs in the way too, so you can't even like take the shortcut. So
Is
yeah, fully
Werfjig about? He hasn't done Hype Cave.
Oh.
Never mind. Never mind.
Okay, yeah.
I was about to say, is he about to do Swamp? I was literally about to lose my mind.
There's still nothing precluding him from doing Swamp after Hype Cave. However, given that
I'll
he is
still
doing Hype
lose
Cave
my
back into
mind.
this, yeah, I'm thinking that he probably doesn't have Swamp.
All right, I'm gonna watch him very close here. I want to know if I can tell what he's thinking when those flippers come up, and if he's considering going into Swamp Palace. All right, there they are. No reaction. No reaction. We're not going anywhere. We're going right outside. If he goes to Swamp, I swear to God.
We are running to Bomb Shop.
I think he's checking Bomb Shop. All right, big key for Zelga in the map chest.
Yeah, we're here in
good luck this bomb jump.
Oh man, how is this gonna happen? Oh no.
It's doable.
So the good news is that, the good news is that Zelga does not have, he has a lot of health and bombs to attempt this bomb jump. One of the few times before he's tried this, it was like in some inverted seed, I want to say, or maybe he was just at low health and he tried to do bomb jumping with only 1 heart left, and he was not successful.
It can be rough. There's our hook shot. Dunka's tingling somewhere. You know, he's tingling. So he knows.
Yeah. I mean, this is not this is a Megatational for a reason. Despite the fact that Sahabot rolled this thing in race time and everything. Or actually, no, is that even true? These guys got it on Discord, so I don't actually know which bot ended up rolling these.
If you think Dunka's using Sahabot on the ladder, you are sorely mistaken.
You're right. I need obviously a brisket in order to get me back here on track and for ladder. Ooh, Werfjig. I wholeheartedly approve.
I was gassing him up earlier. Come on, you got this, my man.
Yeah, this mini Moldorm. Oh. Well, that was a real nice bomb placements in order to get him over there, so.
10 arrows on bumper ledge, so no progression on bumper cave.
Alright, Zelga actually is making sure in this case that he does not isolate Graveyard Ledge, which I think is very reasonable. He has certainly lost non-entrance seeds, certainly to kind of isolating. I mean, I'm sure everyone has, but this one seems to be a bit more unfavored for Zelga.
Yeah. I think, see, here's what I like right now. You know that Swamp is a crystal. This is where you find out what you're really made of. So you go do Swamp with Specky, no hammer, right? And then you have to use the silvers against all the puffs. So... Dude,
that's so Zelga, being the pioneer player that he is, there is a clip of him doing what is it, bomb?
Yes.
Argus? Bomb Argus with fire rod shots. Yeah, we don't need no hammer in order to complete Swamp. Werfjig might be what I would consider to be a probably, well, only relatively speaking, he does not, I believe, have the bomb/fire rod experience, that Zelga has. However, that being said, he is more than capable of doing so. Use of the cape, in my opinion. A good avoidance.
Yes. Wow, that was so close. All right, East Death Mountain, finally.
Does he have a fairy? He has a fairy. So close, so close. Oh yes, we can actually go on East Death Mountain like the logical way. Maybe, okay, let's see in this case what Werfjig may have potentially gotten.
Will Werfjig continue? No. I was wondering if he'd go to the back. Half magic there for Zelga. That's kind of nice. Compass and 20 bucks.
Okay, alright, so nothing real eye-opening so far. We are still apparently looking for that hammer. We are almost an hour in. We still do not have anything that can remotely let us, kill Moldorm at this point. Ooh, actually, so how? Okay, in non-entrance, we do need a hammer in order to get into Turtle Rock, correct? So
Yes,
that is something at least that we can depend. We can reliably depend on.
Legally, yes.
Okay, that's
Illegally, I'm calling the police. Like,
that's also true. I heard there's even a button now you can click on the ladder Discord to appeal things. So you don't even need to type in anything. You just literally it's one mouse click away.
oh, I can call the real police. That's even better.
Okay, that's also true.
Yeah. All right, who do we have? As far as the medallion, it is Bombos. I about said Phoenix Wright because I couldn't see it because of the logo.
Oh, that's true. Alright, okay, so we do have the requisite medallion to get in. We do not have the requisite hammer in order to go in, so we're just gonna have to, you know...
This is where you find new tech. You find that Mario ground pound to hit those pegs. Or you hopefully maybe find the cane, like literally right here.
Oh, right, we also do need a cane for Mario.
Yeah, or here. But the other two definitely not gonna find the cane. That's unfortunate. Oh, you don't want to see that. Jokes aside, we didn't want to see Ether. Gross.
Okay, so actually, for medallion entries, like for Turtle and Meyer, like, do you need the hammer for this? Or is it literally just like you can just like get on the?
I think you just get on the icon.
Okay.
Now what was on Hylia Island or the floating?
Oh, the floating island. I have no idea. What? He checked it so quick, and then it's a map. Interesting.
Right. I was like, that's trash. But Pendant Hera, so maybe we don't have to go back. A mirror bonk there, unfortunately, for Jig. You can tell he's a little upset by it.
Yeah. Dude, I did not realize just how much mirror bonks cost. I mean, okay, I know that one mirror transition is like 5 seconds, right? Which, you know, is still a good amount of time, maybe a little bit higher than you might think it is, but like a mirror bonk, right, is 2 mirror transitions. That's 10 whole seconds that you're sitting there for like doing nothing, you know? I mean, that is a long time, like, to be doing nothing for.
Yeah, for sure.
Is also gonna buy a potion. You think this might be Ice Palace?
Unsure. He's probably gonna do Catfish here.
Oh, right. Actually, this is actually really good for Warp Jig. I mean, very efficient.
Yeah.
And I don't. So we are gonna get a new check for Catfish. Because Olga has not been over here, but also he has not done the water checks. Like, oh, sorry. He has not done Waterfall Fairy. He also has. Yeah, but he did Zora. Yeah. I think he didn't do Waterfall Fairy. Is that right?
No, he definitely did. He did everything, including
right, that's right. Because he was thinking the whole time, like, what else do I have left? That's either in logic or out of logic that's available to him. All right, what does Catfish have? It is not even worth picking up for. All right, so Zelga is kind of resigned to, I guess, doing Thieves Town. Again, there are 6 items here. One of them, most likely, we're not going to be able to get. I guess, actually, so it is possible for this. It's not possible for the small key to be self-locking. Is it? It is, right?
Maybe.
Maybe. Sorry, I didn't want to put you on the spot.
You're putting me on the spot.
Yeah, no, I'm just trying to think, like, what the hammer implication is, if we need the hammer, like, if it's supposed to be out there somewhere, but maybe, like, we haven't found the small key either, but it's inside the dungeon, you know, yeah. We're just gonna hope that if we can't get that big chest, it's not gonna hurt us, because both Zelga and Warpchick are here together in solidarity.
You love to see it. I mean, this has kind of been one of those, like, you know, seeds where it's it's open, and then suddenly the path narrows, and then it opens a little bit, and the path narrows yet again. So, I mean, there's not really a whole lot of opportunity for divergence with the way these items have panned out. You know, if we get a cane in here, as well as maybe a hammer, that's gonna work out really good, I think, for Warpjig. That'll save him an entire mountain climb.
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, one mountain climb's also pretty expensive too. I mean, like, just everything else that, you know, like, if you do an extra trip over to something, it always is gonna be a bit more costly than you want. Mountain trips, I don't know, like a minute or so it would be quite nice.
Yeah, we do enjoy nice things here.
Yeah. And it's just, right, so far it doesn't actually look like we've got too many issues, I think, being swordless. You know, the hook shot is certainly affording a lot of nice things. We usually do see that every once in a while people do have to kind of stash, you know, maybe, you know, pause their dashes, but to be able to just one-shot these grasshoppers is super nice. That being said, we have this isn't like a limited item pool, other than no swords, for what it's worth. But we haven't, seen really like any armors. We're plenty healthy, but it still would be kind of nice to, maybe find some blue mail or something, especially now that we have the mirror.
All right, so some new checks here in the bottom of Thieves' Town. Still have not found that small key, so definitely could be, locked by itself. Never mind, I spoke too soon.
Oh, no, yep, all right, well.
So the good news is, with that showing up in that specific chest, if I understand my logic correctly, and may not, I think Hammer could be on blind in this scenario.
Yeah, I believe you are correct. Right, so the small key shows up specifically, I think, in blind cell. It does open up logically the rest of the checks. That's not the big chest.
Now Zelga's a brave man. He's already lit up on his tracker that he has killed blind, and granted, he's got half magic, and I'm not questioning him, but I'm saying he's brave by calling his shot.
That's true. But he doesn't even have the green pendant of courage in order to, show his formidable.
Mario doing some Mario 64 speedrun, crazy like backwards long jump strats, but getting it done and getting a sword.
A sword, that's right. Another sword that we would actually love to. Given it does seem like our first sword was on Bottle Vendor, and then we got that. I don't know, like 5 minutes into the game. The next one is roughly an hour later. Oh no, Wharf Jig. Okay, so Wharf Jig is
not gonna have a good time here. Oh, he does have the green goo.
Oh,
he's fine.
Okay.
He's fine.
I'm actually just wondering, if this is one of those occasions where you may actually regret not picking up that fire shield on Spec Rock. Just speculation.
Nah, he's fine. He's fine. Cut your magic off. You're gonna make the cutscene longer.
Oh no! Wait, is that true?
Oh yeah, it's a longer refill.
Oh yeah. Okay, you are 100% correct. I was thinking more to like the lag stuff. I was like, is that gonna be true? But yeah, no, you are absolutely correct. Because yeah, the magic you definitely see here is the bottleneck, right? Because Wharf Jig didn't really get hit with all the invincibility, and so you definitely had to wait in this case for the magic bar refill.
Yeah. All right, so this is definitely going to be the climb of the mountain for Wharf Jig. Zelga gonna do what I called a while back. All right, here we go. I'm begging the game. No hammer. No hammer.
Here we go. Well, the hammer
Swiper, no hammer. One chest.
Right.
No hammer.
Right.
If the hammer's here, I'm cutting the stream off. Like, that's how this is going down.
Oh no. All right, everyone, eyes open.
All right.
It is not the hammer. We are continuing on Zelga's side. This is gonna be. Bring out your popcorn. Because we may actually see some fire off. So even uncooked popcorn is welcome because we're gonna be able to pop some fresh one.
I appreciate that no one is in this restream chat about to say something crazy like, "Oh, hopefully they find the hammer here."
I might question whatever bot rolled the seed if we actually do find the hammer back here. That would be quite the interesting implications.
It would be something special.
Now, what do you think actually we could potentially find here? Well, actually, okay. I didn't even. So, what else do we actually need for go mode other than this hammer that we've still been searching for?
We need the cane. We need the hammer, and then we can play the game. That's basically it.
All right. Well,
Hammer's keeping us out of TR at all. We could dive Maya right now, but good lord, you don't want to do that. There's still the back. Yeah. There's still the back for one item of with Skull. Maybe not. I think did Werf get the final item? Is that why he didn't go to the back? We'll have to find out.
No, because the vanilla big key chest had a small key, and I think Zelga had checked the rest, right? I want to say like in the front end Werf Jig. So.
Yeah, so I mean, it's just kind of awkward here. You've got like a lot of bad choices. You still can't beat Hera without Hammer, and I think you do. I think you basically bank on Hammer and Ice, and hope for the best, and then when Hammer's in Mire, you just cry a little bit.
That's you're definitely not wrong. Okay, so my next question was, so we did find the mushroom here in Swamp. Like, how willing or how incentivized are you to be like chasing some of these like fetch quests or anything that, you know, maybe something will drop here on Argus that can open up other things? Like, if you're only searching for Hammer and Kane, you know Hammer can't be behind these things, but Kane could.
It could,
but we don't know. But
like, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try and find my. Please don't mirror. I'm gonna find my hammer best I can. Now, if I get to the point where it's just Ice Palace, you know, or something, then I'm probably going to chase that mushroom. Nice Fire Rod double. Let's go.
Oh yeah, we very much like yeah. And so okay, so Warfig did pick up half magic at least now. Might have actually liked it a little bit for Thieves Down. However, though, the fact that Zelga does have half magic, you can actually see him do a combination, right, of silvers and Fire Rod shots or any type of magic.
Yeah, he's doing a good job of it.
All right, but now we got past phase 1 very well, and then of course phase 2 is certainly the much more recognized phase with only 1 silver arrow. Warfjig, we are going to Ice Palace.
I like it. I like it. It's spicy. It's a spicy play. I'm pretty confident we're gonna get our hammer in here, but
all right.
Will Zelka go back in for left side? I kind of feel like you shouldn't.
It is 2 items. Looks like he is leaving. Yeah, because we found the big key.
Alright, so when Kane is there, we all will cry.
Yeah, yeah. I guess it maybe depends on what Warpjig decides to do when he goes into Swamp. Like, we don't know that he, you know, it is a crystal. If he goes in with Hammer, though, I don't know if that will change the calculus for him. Because then he would only be looking for Kane. Whereas Zelda, you know, we are picking up a fire shield. Not necessarily expected. We are also picking up a boatload of potions. Is this Ice Palace for Zelda?
I mean, probably.
This is Mire for Zelda?
Is he going to Mire?
Did he?
He did, but I'm not shocked, but I am shocked. You know, like, it's...
Yeah.
The reason I'm shocked is because it's a pendant, but it's definitely got a lot of merit to it. There's like there's 4 items here now, so you're guaranteed to get 3 before the boss. You know, if Kane's here, you're a genius, and then you just do, you know, ice the fast way. If nothing's here, then I think that's when you start to get a little concerned. But I think we're kind of gonna figure out how this seed's gonna unravel in the next like 5 minutes or so with these guys in the respective dungeons that they're in.
Yeah, and I'm just wondering. Oh, so outside of Ice and Mire, I mean, there's certainly like the most nice hover on Warpjig's side. Very well done.
Let's go.
Who needs bomb jumping? So okay, yeah, outside of Mire and Ice Palace, like, what do we have left that's available to us?
That's a good question. Not a lot. We can ground pound hammer pegs, like I was talking about.
That's right. Okay, so what other legal things can we in this case having? Nice hook as well. I think Warpstick has done some NMG in the past, which you actually it does show. We don't do like nobody really does like the hover, I think, in normal runs, but some of the rooms that Warpstick has done has shown that he knows how to execute.
Oh, hammer in Mire!
That is the hammer in Mire. Wow.
All right.
Well, then now Zelga's feeling like a complete genius. I don't know if that makes him feel better or worse than doing like okay, so now you can actually chase the mushroom, right? Whatever you found in Swamp to go look for the cane.
Well, he already did that, and it was garbage.
Oh, right.
We got that shield.
Yeah.
So now you're a little concerned about those 2 items you left in Swamp Palace, like just a little bit. I mean, you never know.
It's okay. Left side Swamp has certainly never hurt anybody, especially Zelga. But he's only hurt Zelga in cross keys, and this is not cross keys, so at least so far that I've seen.
If suddenly the entrance is shuffled mid-seed, I'm gonna get real concerned.
Dude, I I don't know if that's even technically possible, but that sounds actually that sounds like someone should make a tournament out of that. if it's actually
We
like
should,
that.
you know, we should make tournaments out of everything now.
Oh yeah, that's right. Atomizer. What else do we have coming up? Oh, we have co-op cross keys. What else do we have? There's always a tournament for something.
I mean, there's the Mentor tournament for cross keys
that's
as
true.
well.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, by the way, so it looks like actually Warpchig, did he get himself locked out or something, or we?
Oh, I don't know. I think he dropped down. He dropped down and like he's. Wait, what is he doing?
He got all the way to the spike chest, and then I'm gonna guess that he didn't have a key. Or
he
something?
did.
Oh, well, okay.
He did freeze orb, but I don't think he did iced tea.
Oh,
I think this is literally the iced tea play.
Oh my gosh, iced tea is so far. I really hope for Worf to say that there is something very important here, but I mean, it certainly can't be the hammer, but I guess it can't be the Cane of Samaria. And if it is, like, he'll be, like, it'll still be very good for Warpjig. I just hope in this case that he goes to Meyer, like, for the hammer, as opposed to maybe, like, I guess where does he go?
I mean, he could do Swamp. That's not too much of a time commitment. Zelga gonna die here? Okay, maybe not.
Yeah.
Don't do it. Not a good idea. Would not recommend. Would recommend that fairy. Good lord, the Hinox. Okay, dude.
Oh, that was a dumpster fire of a damage. I was actually maybe wondering if these guys wanted to use their bug net, you know, outside of maybe it's a logical progression of killing Aga. You know, we have several bottles. However, I think, well, at least for Zelga's case, it was like chock full of potions, so he probably is okay. But you know, again, for Worf's case, but I don't think he has a green potion with him anymore. Like, it could be a pretty nice safety. Okay, let's see what's in iced tea for Warpjig. Hopefully, this
I hope it's Kane. I hope it's Kane for his sake.
Well.
That's not it. Okay.
Oh, it is. Okay, just a heart container. Alright, Warpjig
is... I think he thinks the same thing you did, Clear Mouse. I think he thinks you need the hammer to open up Meyer.
Oh. Uh-oh. That is... Surprise! Not a good one in this case, but this is something that is... Man.
This is why people hate swords. I have no comments.
Yeah. Well, like, I think I understand why the medallions don't require the hammer as an entry, just because it does feel a bit,
it would lock the hammer.
Restrictive, I guess?
Yeah.
Yeah. But I can certainly very much understand in this case. So, and I don't know in this case if we can definitely see what the result is as Zelga, you know, is kind of clearing out Pod basically for. I mean, he's still on the lookout for Kane. So this is actually Warpjig's second game. He, I believe, took an early loss to Telethar playing 80 keys, I want to say. Mode, okay. I think is. It's some version of keys. And so this would, so if Zelga ends up taking the win, you know, certainly Warpjig might have an uphill battle to climb if this seed does not go well for him.
Alright, Helm of Sword down for Zelga.
Yeah.
What will the final item here be? Is Kane gonna just be on the path? No, not yet.
No, but we have found all 4 bottles though. I think all of them were bees, except the first one, which was a fairy. So all of our winged friends. Okay, Warpjig is well. I think okay. So Warpjig certainly still can get. Like, he could still think that a hammer could be first chest here, right? So that is certainly very viable for logic. He is going to, but be surprised, maybe? For the big key to show up. Now, that being said, I'm pretty sure he knows how to Specky Club, so he can at least finish. Now, of course, that means, like, if left side has the Cane of Samaria, and Warpjig checks it, he is going, like, he has a lot of time in order to hopefully try and figure out if the hammer is in Meyer. Because I don't in this case see. I mean, like, I don't. Yeah. Well, Zelga still might be there. Like,
there's an out for both of them, but It's not pretty.
Worfcheck is thinking, oh no.
I was like, is he building up suspense here for?
I mean, maybe he is mentally trying to, you know, do something and prepare himself for, you know, if this is not the hammer. Is that, okay, so yeah, like, it does look like he's pondering, like, because like I think he's trying to figure out where the hammer is, right? Because it certainly cannot be anywhere past that first chest, logically.
Yeah.
So he knows that what he's looking for right now cannot be here.
This is what you don't want to see in a race like this. All right, he's bailing. He is bailing.
I think this is actually pretty reasonable, right? You check the first chest, and you are looking. Granted, he is still looking, certainly still for the cane, so they're looking for the cane. But if you want to track down the hammer, and like anything extra you do is going to be out of logic and not hammer viable. Ooh, okay, so this might be the back of Skullwoods then. Unless, oh, this could be North Dark World. I don't remember if Workjack did Graveyard Ledge. Oh no, he did. So this has to be back of Skullwoods. I can understand, by the way, why Worfchick decided to try and hover this, because it looks like most people use the sword to line up their position for Ice Pallet Bomb Jump.
Yeah, I mean, you want to be able to use the sword spin for a lot of that. And the sword line can also be super important too.
Yeah. Alright, well, I mean, we have certainly seen huge value in the front of Skullwoods, as is expected, you know, this being Dunca's event. And of course, there can certainly be, you know, I mean, we have one item back here, it can certainly be the cane. We can also take a peek on what's on pedestal. I don't think it's possible to, okay, we don't need to take a peek on what's on pedestal.
Yeah, we definitely don't. All right, what's in back of Skullwoods? It's just a key. So, do you go to the boss if you're in his shoes? I think you do, and you gotta hope that you get some favorable RNG. You've got potentially like 15, I think, fire rod shots, maybe 16 if you're really good as far as like managing your magic on the way up.
I forgot about the fact we don't have a hammer. I think Worfchick also doesn't have his green potion left.
He does not. He used that against blinds, so we're in a tough spot.
He is still using the fire rod though. So
this is fine. He's got half magic. He'll be fine here. He'll have all 16 shots. But the question's gonna be, what kind of RNG is Moth gonna give us?
Yeah, and yeah, like I think not a lot of people look forward to the Moth fight. Certainly a lot of NMG fights. The textbook ones are they all involve.
Oh my God, we're using B strats.
Where's Dazed? 1, 2, 3, maybe.
All right, I'm not even paying attention to what Zelga's doing. I'm more interested in this fight. Because this is not, like, it's not hard, but it's, like, also not easy. I guess is probably a way to put it.
Yeah. And I mean, and sometimes, like, depending on where the shot lands, completely out of your control. You just have to try and land a shot where it is. Sometimes Moth can basically get all legs. Very, very well done for Worfjig. I'm sure it was a big sigh of relief in order to go and get the boss fight. Did we know that there was a map there?
Well, I mean, that's technically the last item, but he's kind of laughing a bit. He's zooming in on his computer screen like, what's going on? Please send help.
So given that we have not seen the Cane of Samaria light up on Zelga's auto tracker, I'm going to assume that the Cane is actually not here at Ice Palace. So at least I think Worfjig, once he finds the hammer, well, I guess maybe he'll still go back. But yeah. All right, this is gonna be Meyer. This is gonna be maybe experimentation for science. He's gonna try.
He's gonna be so upset.
He is going to be so upset.
All right. Well, he may have already been upset. That may have been the zoom in on the monitor moment we had from him.
I actually wonder. So I'm not as familiar with I guess like what Warchick usually plays with. Whether so I think that's Emo Tracker, right?
Yeah, nice fish or bird toss.
He was trying. Yeah, but I'm just wondering, like, do you know if there's like I don't know if Warchick like plays with a map tracker at all. I don't know if it works for swordless, if it lit up Mire.
So if you want, I know in my old experience of using Emo Tracker, if you want the swordless logic to appear, I think you have to manually right-click the sword, assuming he's using the map, and then when you right-click the sword, it takes it down a level to no sword, or, you know, swordless. Oh. Now, I don't know if you just saw that, but we just got a key on Cold Stare from Zelga's side, so Kane is not in GT, but we knew that because Trinex. But anyway, I digress.
No, but that's a good point. I mean, so we were expected to have Kane when we were, like, by the time we finished Ice Palace, for sure. So whether or not that was potentially bring your own Kane, or you find it somewhere within Ice Palace, I mean, certainly it was not inside Ice Palace, but now Zelga's potentially maybe thinking about the ramifications and what he has left. You did mention this case, those 2 juicy chests that we left in Left Side Swamp. No, just saying. They're kind of
they're looking spicier and spicier now. Like if you're Worf Jig, I think you do him. I think you have to. Like, he's probably gonna go ice first, just because he's already been there, but maybe not. I'm not sure. Nope, he's doing pod. That makes more sense.
Yeah. Yeah, so right now we're basically on the hunt for Cadence Maria. And yeah, like from Warfjig's perspective, like you definitely can take out the last crystal, or sorry, you can take a pod was a fully cleared bulk crystal because we got everything else out of it. And then maybe that can help him, you know, better inform his decision when he eventually goes back to Swamp. He can also go back to Ice Palace, looking at like that. I don't know if he wants to go back there because he still doesn't have Kane.
Yeah.
I guess we're gonna have to see, because he's already been through Ice Palace twice at this point, right? Once kind of like for like the front to back-ish loop to the spike chest, and then another separate trip in basically just for Ice Tea. So yeah. All right. Well, Zelga, looks like according to his tracker, there is in fact one more item.
In Hera.
In Hera, that's right. Have we done? Oh, we have not done Spike Chest either, because we just got the hammer.
Yeah, I was about to say, can we do? We couldn't do it, but I guess we could now. This dungeon is great. Let me tell you about all of the positive reviews. That was a sick Hera pot on Zelga's side. Yeah, not a lot of great reviews for Hera from really anybody, whether you play rando of this game, whether you play the vanilla game. This place kind of grinds your gears on a bit. But finally, we have a weapon to build Kill Molder on. Yeah, so what does Zelga in this case have left from his perspective? He did check Catfish. He does still have the back of Skull Woods available to him. He does. So, all right. Well, he's not interested in getting a pendant because he knows he doesn't need it. We're gonna drop off and head on down. I guess this is Spike Cave. Man, how soon do you go back to? I mean, you're clearly like what, gonna last location, Left Side Swamp here.
For Zelga or for Warfjig?
Well, I mean, for Zelga.
yeah. That's I fully believe that. I mean, with 2 items left, which is, you know, not on. Okay.
Oh well, there we go. All right.
Oh my gosh, dude, that is a disgusting.
Get your Keck W's in the chat.
That is a terrible location. So it was Hammerlocked, which was in Pendant Mire, which, well, had the hammer. Great. So Zelga is not going to be able to clear out Turtle Rock. Left Side Swamp is no longer a bother, a worry for us.
So I gotta say, in the defense of the community, we'll say, who hates Swordless. I will agree with you that when the hammer is kind of like either your go mode or your next to last go mode item, it is pretty poopy. But you know, it's a different skill set and it's just annoying. But you know, sometimes we just like to be annoyed. There are things called Inimizer too.
That's true. And you know, so it is actually, in my opinion, it's like incredibly like commutative, I guess. That like this randomizer, like in this base, you know, it started from like open, right? Or sorry, it started from standard. No, not even open. And then, you know, they made open like more popular because, oh hey, you know, like you can actually start at sanctuary, or you can start, you know, at your house. You don't have to necessarily go through the escape queues. And then what do we get? We got keys, we got entrance, we got Inimizer, we got any combination of starting equipment, lack of starting equipment, you know, like I think it's actually really cool to have so many different modes, you know, that certainly appeals to some audiences like more so than others, right? There's always basically going to be some mode. If you like this game, you know, you like play rando, like there is going to be like a mode for you. So
right, but I mean, you know, the biggest gripe is like, you know, everyone running around here being like,
you know, I can't dash with my sword and hurt enemies. They get in the way.
And to me, I'm just kind of like, all right, well, I'm just kind of like, I get it, but just adapt, overcome. I believe in you.
Dante, could you do that for other restreams as well? That imitation is actually like 10 out of 10. It is exemplary.
I might actually get in trouble. So no, this is my channel. I don't get in trouble here. You know.
Oh my gosh, but it's so accurate, Dante. You know, how could you get in trouble if you speak the truth?
You can't handle the truth.
Oh man. Okay, so Werfjig is not even checking the big chest. Didn't we pick up the big key?
I'm proud of him. He's just he's vibing, man.
Yeah. Maybe for what it's worth, he also did leave immediately after the hammer in Meyer. Didn't see to do him like anything else. So I mean, he probably does think that based on things that maybe he had a bit more extra thinking time, that. He maybe needs to cut a couple corners here and there, so the big chest may not necessarily be one of the ones I expected, but certainly cutting back, you know, cutting the rest of Meyer out, I think was a good decision.
Yeah.
I really like Werfjig's moth fight though. We got 3 hits with the bee, not even the good bee. You know, it was a regular bee. That bee was really aspiring to be a hero.
Doing his best. Zelga making his way through TR, almost to the lava chest area, the Pokey Key, Pokey 1, as it were, in the NMG speedrun.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
all right,
yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh yeah, that's right. No. Werfjig is on Argus. Yes, I was actually going to ask you a separate, unrelated question, but his equipment loadout is arguably much more conventional than what Zelga had when he was facing this boss.
Oh, for sure. I mean, you've got something a little more manageable. However, the fire rod doubles. Look, I gotta give Zelga massive credit. That was pretty spicy. You know, this is where Zelga continues to improve his game on the daily. And I just sit here, I just talk crap to about everybody and stuff. So
now I will say that, you know, you're talking about the like different, you know, type of modes, and you know, you did bring up Inimizer. For, you know, Zelga is certainly probably not the biggest promoter and I guess like player of Inimizer. Now that being said, though, you know, we've seen him, you know, take down Argus without a hammer, without a sword.
Yes.
That really shows up a lot in Inimizer. Shows up in, I think, Potpourri, which is he played something just like that earlier. You know, just because he doesn't play Inimizer doesn't mean that he doesn't get the skill.
We've seen Zelga absolutely destroy Inimizer lovers at standard Inimizer starts, escape, and you know, in back-to-back fashion. So you know, he can definitely do it. All right, so Werfjig, I like Werfjig's play here. He's playing to his out because he's probably thinking, all right, you know, Spacky Clip exists. Zelga may have done this early and abandoned left side swamp. So to him, Kane here, if Kane shows up for him here, that's a huge deal. But I mean, clearly we've got 2 screens to see, it's a little easier for us to talk about, but you know.
Yeah, I mean, even though it is Spike Cave, that is Kingdom Samaria, which is a pretty awful location, given that it is locked behind Hammer, and it is still like a place that Zelga would go to before Left Side Swamp. So yeah, I very much applaud like Werfchick basically being more strategic about this, as you said. And I actually kind of like this split for what because you know, like Compass Chest, especially in Swamp, you know, it is actually, you know, kind of like a longer check, and if you he was not happy to see that mushroom, you know, and if you just end up finding the cane in the back of Swamp Palace, you know, like we don't need
big chest.
I guess we're still not gonna open the chest. It's fine.
Ooh, it's easy for him to forget. I mean, you know, he's thinking big keys maybe on left side because he got it early.
Yeah, it was in the map chest. Yeah, it was the very first one. So we everyone knew that the hammer couldn't have been there, but if that's the cane, he might feel a little sad. I mean, it's not. So at least he's gonna, you know, at least hold some amount of like mental fortitude with him, but still.
Absolutely.
Do you use the sword out of curiosity for Bomb Diver Down to like help you line yourself up? Does it like I mean obviously clearly like we saw Werfchick did it.
I just use I use the strafing from it if possible, but I try to not if I can. But nice try next fight there from Zelga. Gonna grab his 7th crystal. Chat. Where's the Ganon? The whole Ganon. Where is he? Not the key.
The whole Ganon?
Yeah, where's Ganon? Is he in the hole or is he in his castle?
Is this a trick question? Do you think things get? Do you think he can teleport Ganon?
I mean, I heard that there's been talk of trying to move Ganon out of his hole in Inamizer at some point, but I think it breaks more than than you want it to.
All right, that's fair. That's fair. Zelga's having a real swell time here on the Lionel Bridge. So good thing we have a bunch of hearts, pretty much NMG level for what it's worth. We still have Green Mail for what it's worth as well. So I really hope that no one experiences that when they have to cross the Lionel Bridge. You know, and I was actually thinking, so you know, so Ganon, you know, why not both? To answer your question, so Ganon could be, you know, in the hole. Ganon could also be in his tower because I heard that there was an alter ego called Aghanim, and I heard there were even 3 of them up on the top of the tower. You know, so.
Or 2 fake boys and 1 real one.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you gotta figure out which ones are the imposters. I think for what it's worth though, I don't know if Werfchick was paying attention to the item counter in Swamp Palace because we did have a compass for it. It did say not item 10, so hopefully in this case, you know, he. Okay, it doesn't matter because we know the cane is not there, so maybe.
All right, he's actually probably about to get it.
It's true.
Well, he might actually do Hera first, but that's fine.
I think that's probably normal or expected. You know, just because. Like, if you do Spike Cave, you pretty much have to save and quit, right? You're not going to, I guess, like, run out of Spike Cave, and then even if you run out, where are you gonna go? Like, all the way climb down again, so yeah. We do Hera, it'll be a real quick thing. We saw how, you know, with Hera Pot, couple hammer pounds, you know, and then just, almost into the basement.
Alright, Hera potting up. Gonna go fight Moldor. Meanwhile, Zelga still trudging through the basement.
Yeah, good thing we ended up picking up a boomerang. Certainly very helpful well, it was helpful in Akka Tower for Circle of Pots. It has certainly proven itself to be helpful in left side GT. How different is it, like, swordless execution in like GT basement versus swords?
It's really it's not that bad in the basement. The basement is honestly, in my opinion, you kind of want to avoid enemies. There's not, you know, the only time you really fight something is DM room, or you know, the climb. However, very different. You kind of need to think on your feet. I'll be honest, I don't have a whole lot of experience with the climb with Fast ROM. I think it would be smart to utilize the silvers here on Fast ROM. You know, if you can land shots, that's kind of a big if. Anything to just mitigate time. Fire Rod's great, but obviously the burn effect is very slow.
Yeah, and I guess I'm like maybe you know Burna in fast ROM especially is going to be pretty helpful just because you don't have to incur all that lag stuff. Yeah, but I mean like yeah. That being said, we also for what it's worth, if you are a medallion fan, we cannot use it in the gauntlet because we have no swords.
That's right.
All right, that is Kane Samaria in go mode for Warpjig at like 133-ish. Yeah. So the good news for Warpjig is that he is going to be able to do Ice Palace the fast way. I don't think he's going to necessarily check anything. We already have basically silvers for our troubles. We are checking for maybe armor on Zelga's side. We did find a big key, and it's actually vanilla chest and everything. Oh my gosh, are we actually switching over to regular arrows? Zelda,
Oh my god.
Oh, no.
Look at him go.
Why are we switching over to silver or not regular arrows? Maybe it's habit. I can certainly understand. And these mimics rooms are quite slick. I guess we're going back to regular arrows as well. Like, is there an actual speed difference for regular arrows versus silvers?
I don't know. Maybe that's the question to ask.
Yeah,
maybe he knows.
Yeah, it's very possible. I have never, I guess, thought about this until right this minute when Zelga started to switch. Oh no. Well, that's not encouraging.
Okay. Well, so nice. We're doing it twice.
That's right. So yeah, Zelga certainly had not gotten. Okay, he did get a good amount of speed silver into the climb for GT. I'm sure that he does not feel good about that particular time loss. He also does not know where Warpjig is. If he did, he would certainly be probably not as freaking out as he might be.
Yes.
Alright, yeah, so yeah, Warpjig able to do Ice Palace with Kane Samaria. He will be chagrined, I guess, maybe slightly bemused to see that there is a small key that Coldster will drop, so that he has actually done the dungeon the intended way of, at least for Rando, in that you were supposed to come in here with the Kane Samaria. Alright, so Zelga's gonna start the gauntlet. You can see in this case, maybe he might be a little bit bow shy at this point, because we are definitely spamming this fire rod. No possible chance in order to quick swapped over to any more close to the mirror.
L was a mistake.
Okay, this fight I feel like with no sword also seems to be kind of very uncomfortable. I mean, well, we're just got half magic, which is great, but it doesn't really look like the pops can disperse very easily.
Well, here we are, climbing. We're shaking his head. He's got a thumbs down. He knows. I think he knows how. Yeah, sometimes you just know, because, I mean, against Zelga, you probably have to think, all right, I made a couple of mental errors. They cost me some time, and the double dip of ice also not fantastic. So. I mean, I think like so far, like what we saw from Worth, his plays made sense. So like, like especially with the knowledge he had at the time. So nothing too bad, in my opinion.
Oh no, for sure. I mean, like there's just some things that, especially maybe you haven't really played Swordless all that much, and especially, like just like all the nuances about. Really, I think like any mode, especially probably when it comes to Swordless, like about the medallion thing that yeah, I even had to ask, right? Like, do you need Enter Mire, right? Like, I think
yeah.
But if you don't know that, and then like I think like the whole bug net, right, to basically logically kill Aga, like that was also nothing that just, I mean, even if you knew, like it just doesn't come up that often, right? So then you could just be a bit more puzzled. All these things, if you don't maybe necessarily realize it the first time or the second time, like it's still any type of confusion, right? It's gonna cause
right. Alright, we're open in TR, Moldorm 2, blowing up for Zelga. Zelga had a pretty, mirror aside, had a pretty decent gauntlet there. So.
Oh yeah.
Alright, will Zelga do the important thing? Will he bugnet dash? If he doesn't, I'm gonna be mad. Just
He could use the
throwing that.
hammer.
Why would you do that though? It's slow.
Well, I don't know. Oh,
Don't
it
do
is
it.
actually.
It's
Or you
harder.
just can't keep any.
Well, so
Okay.
that's the thing with the bugnet dash. If you time it right, when the dash is charging, as you see, you get multiple hits. So
Oh, yeah, I see. Okay, this is actually pretty cool.
yeah, this is why it's very risky. And well, he's down to 3 hearts. It's getting a little risky, but it's worth it, in my opinion. See, you got double.
Oh,
That's what I mean. You
Mhm.
definitely can get those. Very
Nice,
nicely
that's
done.
Real nice fight for Zelda. Yeah, actually, so and like hammer dashing here doesn't do anything, right? Because you're kind of still like you can't reflect anything off of when you're also in the dash animation with hammer, correct?
Correct. Believe so.
I'm hoping that Zelda will use a potion. Yeah, very prudent choice for him to do so. I mean, I guess maybe he in theory could maybe just take in a hit to Ganon, you know, just to refill his health. But I think a potion is much more pragmatic. Okay, again, Dante, tell me about.
I'm Ganon.
Hammer.
I am.
I am Ganon. You made this. Okay, yeah. Tell me about this Ganon fight with only the hammer. Like what should we be expecting? How much harder is it? I
This
guess?
is ideal. This is the ideal thing. What we see here. This is exactly what you want. You want to see Ganon in that top corner, just so you can get your 12 hits in. Call it done, and move on with your life. Like that's it.
He made it look so easy. I feel like it's not that easy. Or maybe is it just like a very fortunate pattern, as we said, in this particular case?
That is a very fortunate pattern. What you'll see a lot of people like to do at the bottom is try to wait for that 12th hit till you get a favorable pattern, but it's still complete RNG. Now, obviously, you're going to get into silvers here. Gets 2 in. Got to be a little careful not to hug the man, but is going to get 2 more in, and that is probably going to be GG here for Zelga-san. Gonna take the game against Werfjig. We'll see if Werfjig decides to play it out, because that could be important.
Yeah, that might be a shake head. Yeah, but definitely get your GGs and congratulations out for Zelga. Certainly a very, well-earned victory. This is this mode, for better or for worse, is his baby. He did help create this thing. So really cool to see. In this case, as Zelga, certainly has some experience with this. Werfjig, yeah, probably seen the dot done right around basically the time that Zelga ended up finishing. We look like this Werfjig will maybe finish. At least he's going. And yeah, like as you are kind of alluding to. So Werfjig will certainly take the loss in this particular case, but how much he loses by does in fact.
Yeah.
Later, so.
We'll see if Zelga wants to come join us while Werf finishes this out.
It was a pretty interesting scene, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, for sure.
A lot of bugnet aga, bugnet required for aga. You more often than not, like the hammer shows up, right, and that's supposed to be the thing that you end up trying to kill aga with, and then you kind of like stumble and complain the whole entire way through because the hammer hitbox is terrible.
Right.
But yeah, we got treated to bugnet. We got early silvers, I think, which was super nice in terms of execution. Made a lot of things much easier.
And
yeah,
and we did, and we've got Zelga here, the winner today. GG's, man.
Yo, GG's, thank you.
Yo, Zelga, GG's.
So, several things. One, how happy or upset were you to be blessed with the mythical bugnet aga required seed?
I don't know if I've ever actually had that from all the times I've played Swordless. Like, I've seen it, but I've never experienced it, so it was kind of fun. I noticed, like, I was getting to that equipment level, and then when the bug net showed up, I was like, oh man, it's actually happening. But then, yeah, honestly, it was just kind of felt super linear up until I got the mids, and then it was just, what am I gonna do?
Yeah, for sure. I want to bring up kind of a turning point in this seed. So obviously you made that play to dive into Swamp, utilize Specky Clip, and just kind of get your crystal and move on about your day. You left 2 items, obviously, on left-hand side. So given the next thing you kind of do shortly after is go to Pendant Mire and you get your hammer. Was there any regret at that point of maybe I should have checked left side? Did that come across your mind at any point?
Oh yeah, for sure. Like when I was leaving, I was like, okay, it's only Samaria if it's over there because hammer can't be. So I felt like I was mostly safe. But then as soon as I get the hammer and like I think it was the second check I did in Mire, but basically the entire front of Mire, get the hammer. I felt a little gross about skipping left side, but I didn't really ever entertain the idea of going back until about when I got Samaria.
Oh, and it looks like we are gonna get a forfeit from Worth. Let's see if he wants to come in and chat as well. Yeah, I mean, overall, you guys put on a heck of a race. It was pretty close. You guys were, I want to say, within 30 to 60 seconds of each other coming out of Aga. Worth kind of had a little bit of an advantage at one point, and then kind of forgot about the Aga logic there. At least I think so. We'll have to see if he wants. Yeah, he's gonna come in. Let me go grab him an invite.
Yeah, the seed definitely probably tested people's knowledge about swordless just a bit more, I would say, than the normal swordless seed, just because like it was like the hammer was so late. You guys got bugnet very early for Aga, right? And I think that's also, sometimes if you're certainly not even like familiar with it, or even if you are, sometimes it just takes a second or two to like kind of recognize it, right?
Yeah, this is really weird for a swordless. Like, it's very rare that you don't get dumped a hammer pretty early in swordless, in my experience, just because it gives you so much and it gives you a solid weapon. So for hammer to be almost go mode was very unique, I think.
And we also have Werfjig with us now. GG's.
Yo, Werfjig, GG's.
GG's.
Yo, GG's.
I'm not sure if he mentioned the thing that I said in the race time chat yet, or if it was sussed out by viewers.
We kind of were, me and Clear Mouse were discussing it as you were thinking a lot, and I'm like, oh no, I bet he thinks that hammer is required, and you did confirm that in the race time chat. I hate to see something like that potentially like affecting the race, but you guys kind of had like, we were talking to Zelga a little bit about this. You kind of had the unicorn like swordless seed where you had the mythical Cape Bugnet only Aga, and it was required. And then, you've got the dive, all these dungeons without a hammer, that being so deep in the chain. Just very big outlier style logic seed.
Yeah, and you might have caught on to this too, but I was definitely, I made an early Zora out of logic play because I was like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do here, because my brain was like, I need the hammer to destroy the bat in front of the Aga Tower entrance. So thankfully I didn't lose too much time on that, but it definitely felt bad to be like, this is my last location. And then I think 3 separate times in the seed, I'm like, this is my last location. First it's Iced Tea after having to climb down ice 3 times. Then it was killing Moth with only Fire Rod and having to watch my magic. I guess before that it was the first chest in Swamp. So it literally like just on a flyer. I'm like, if this doesn't work, then I just have no idea what's going on. And then when I started spinning after using the medallion, I was like, oh, this feels really bad.
I'll be honest, when Zelga went there, I literally said, what is Zelga doing? Like, why is he going there? Well, I guess because Hammer was there, but like I kind of thought, you know, the ice play was coming from Zelga. Was that like, so let me ask Zelga that, like, when you went to Meyer, were you even considering caneless, hammerless ice?
Yeah, I was. It was basically a toss-up in my mind which one I wanted to do. And I felt like with Ether being on Death Mountain and none of the other things I'd done had been leading to anything, because, I mean, you're basically only missing a couple things once you finally get the mids. And then I full cleared so much stuff. I was like, let's go on to the Meyer play and just see what's going on there. And we can bail, or we can beat it if we get Samaria. Maybe it's like a hammer green pendant or something. But yeah, I was definitely considering it, and I just ended up choosing Meyer based on where Ether was.
Yeah, fair enough. We were kind of hoping we'd never see Ether, but you know, clearly was required. So Werf, I wanna ask the money situation coming out of Aga. Obviously you realized it, and you noticed the 20, you picked that up, which was essential. Do you know the Light World post Aga tree pulls? I certainly do not.
I didn't think about tree pulls. I remembered after the fact that the tier 1 was 20 rupees, but you know, in the moment I was just like,
sure,
full panic mode. Like once I realized I had it hit me, that's like, oh, I just did Zora out of logic and now I have no money and Pod is the only place I can go. That's when Lizard Brain kicked in.
So Clear Mouse and I were discussing this too, so this is another, I have to ask it. When you use Emo Tracker based off what we see with me capturing your stream here, do you use the map tracker with that, or do you just kind of do it all in your head?
No, I'm a big proponent of not using, like, I like auto tracking because it saves me mouse clicks, but in terms of like the puzzle of figuring out the seed,
okay.
I prefer to do that in my head. That said, maybe that would have saved me on the that, like, it's unfortunate when you don't have all the pieces to the puzzle.
Yeah, sure.
Like that.
Or you don't know how they fit.
Yeah, but this is my mode that I selected, so don't feel bad for me.
I am proud that you selected this mode, let me tell you.
I will say, to Zelga's credit, in round 1, he selected it. So, you know,
yeah,
both champions here.
Yeah, I just didn't get it. I got Insanity instead.
Yeah, easy. That's I don't know if that's better or worse. I mean, but this was one heck of a race. I mean, it's certainly quite entertaining, I think, from at least from my perspective. And you guys are both just awesome people, so thank you guys so much.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, I figured, you know, after just like really slipping in the Megatational, you know, I meant it when I said, like, one of the first things I said was, you know, it's time to play a lot of these modes for the first time. And unfortunately, I got my other 2 races this round are 80 keys and Fad keys, so I didn't get, you know, too many fun and out there modes. But I guess I have Zelga to credit for all of the other ones, because that was my first Insanity as well.
Yeah, and let me make sure it gets aware. This guy has never played Insanity before and was like 1 entrance away from basically being right behind me. Like, it's amazing how well he handled Insanity.
That's nuts, actually.
Yeah, Werf's definitely really good at, like, you know, finding things on the fly, like hovering with 3 other people, like Clear Mouse was talking about earlier. So, you know, adapting to everything around him. Both of you are too. Like, Zelga, I gotta commend you too. Your doubles on Argus with the fire rod, as far as the puffs, very nicely done. You know, not panicking and worrying about, like, just making it look so cool, calm, and collected, doing that fight without a hammer.
Well, I was so worried that I was going to overshoot my silvers to the mirror, and so I went to the fire rod. And that's a nice segue to how I mirrored out of the gauntlet in GT because I was trying to get back to my bow really fast.
I was wondering.
Is that why you use the fire rod for the entirety of the gauntlet out of
It
curiosity?
is, yes.
Hey, how about
It's
that?
like, I've got blue
Coincidence.
potions. I'm going to burn every single thing in this gauntlet.
Incredible. So I think this Worf, I think unfortunately puts you at 0-2. Is that correct in this in this group setting right now?
Yeah, typically I would have finished the seed, but given the I really wanted to talk about the seed and the fact that there's no way I'm going to advance on tiebreakers, so I don't have to worry about the 60-minute forfeit. Then yeah, I was. So I think this is essentially the nail in my coffin for this run. But maybe I have the potential to ruin Skelly's tomorrow. I don't know. We'll try.
Yeah, it looks like you guys are playing Fad Keys now. Which Fad Keys is that?
Are there multiple?
Unfortunately, yes.
Okay, well then I don't know. I guess I will find out tomorrow.
I guess we need to look at Dunka's FAQ on the ladder to see exactly, or modes. I forget which channel it is. Mode definitions.
That's it. Let me pull it up real quick.
Because there's the one from the main tournament, and then there's CT Smalls or Vanilla. Okay, this is the one from the main tournament. This is the most recent variant. Yes, I use that word. So the CT small keys or Castle Tower small keys are vanilla, and the GT big key is guaranteed to be shuffled inside of Ganna's tower. So
is the other one like GT guaranteed on PET or something?
No, the oldest Fad keys is just CT smalls or vanilla, and the GT big key is wherever it wants to be.
That's good to know.
Yeah. So all right, we know that. All right. Well, that's good. And I'm trying to get back to that channel. So Zelga, this is 1-0 for you. You still got looks like Skelly on the 30th with 80 keys, and then Telethar with cross keys. That's on December 1st. That's honestly like a pretty scary lineup.
Yeah, I would be uncomfortable. But you are also very formidable, so.
Yeah, it's definitely a scary lineup. It's like, obviously I'm happy to get a win here in the group, but I am certainly not taking for granted that I'm going to get another one, because both of those are really scary matchups as well, just like this was. So I'll be hoping for the best. I'll try, and we'll see what happens, I guess.
Awesome. Yeah, these are the only two matches in Group A that have concluded. Group B, kind of looking at the other side really quick, the only match that has happened was Specs versus Furious Magic in Retrance. It looks like Specs took that one, but a lot of Dunkatational matches coming up. I believe Gamachu and Tam are going to be playing, I think, on their own channels later tonight, 10:30. So that's like in about an hour and a half. That's going to be a fun one to keep an eye on. That's going to be Fad Keys as well.
Yeah, their last race was a difference of 5 seconds, so it should be a
holy
great
moly.
I see. Wow.
Yeah, shout outs to Race Administrator Bob for having all this information like in one channel where I can just like sound so professional. But yeah, that's the only other race tonight as far as the Dunkatational goes. Join the ladder Discord. I don't have a link for it in the channel, so if you guys are still here. But yeah, thank you guys for letting me restream you. It was an absolute pleasure to watch you guys, and best of luck going forward.
Yeah, thanks for having us. Thank you, Dante. Thank you, Clear Mouse. Really appreciate kind of giving us a showcase here. And yeah, best of luck with your remaining race. Hope it goes well.
Thanks. Good luck to you the rest of the way, and GG's again. And I'll echo thanks for the restream. It's always a great opportunity. I wish it didn't coincide with bad brain moments, but it happens, and that's part of the learning.
Yeah, it's definitely part of the learning curve. We are going to get ready to send you guys who are still hanging around off on a raid. We're going to go see Urok, very good NMG runner. He is putting in some time and some effort to improve his PB. And we're going to go show him some love. Thank you guys for hanging out tonight. And we'll see you guys hopefully real soon. Thanks, Clear Mouse. It was a great time. I had a blast.
Oh yeah, no, this was great. Thank you so much, Dante. I mean, for everything that you did. I mean, in general, but also specifically tonight. You put on the restream. You did commentary at the same time. Like it was a blast as always, and very appreciative of everything that you do. Yeah, and thank you, Warpjig and Zelga. I mean, you guys are great. You know, it was Champion Swordless. I'm glad that you both had affiliation with it tonight, and certainly lots of fun. And best of luck to you guys in the next round of Megatational.
All right, y'all go say hey to your rock. We'll see you guys later. Bye.